Hey everyone. So we are going to review counting and skip counting today. So that was one of our first things we started talking about in math because it's super important to know how to count and skip count. So today I've got a 100 start. I'm going to hold it up and cover myself so you can see it. I will post a link to this in your Google Classroom as well so you can look at it. This is the way that we have practiced counting this year. So we started with number 1, and if we're counting by ones, we went all the way to 100. And so remember, whenever we start here, as we move to the right, the numbers get bigger, okay? So then we also practice skip counting. And remember, we talked about how skip counting is helpful. So when we're counting things by groups, it just helps us to count faster. And we practice counting by tens. So just as a reminder, all of the tens are going to be here on the very end. So all the numbers that have 0 at the end are counting by tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. All right, we also talked about skip counting by fives. So when we skip count by fives, they're going to be all the numbers that have 5 or 0 at the end. Okay, so we would start with 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and we would keep going all the way until we get to 100. All right. Now we could also skip count by twos or threes or fours or sixes. You can really skip count by any number. The only other one that we have really practiced this year was skip counting by twos. So if we're skip counting by twos, we're going to skip count every other number. So we're going to hop over a number. So if I start here at 2, I'm going to skip 3 and go to 4, 6, 8, 10, come down and keep going to 12, 14, 16, so on and so forth. And if you're doing this on a hundreds chart, you should notice a pattern that I keep going down the same columns when I am skip counting by twos, okay? So that is just your little review of counting and skip counting. Now, my assignment for you for today is I want you to go somewhere either in your house or in your neighborhood, wherever you have permission from for your grown-up, and see if you can find something that you can practice skip counting with. For example, I have one here. I have some socks. So socks are things that usually come in pairs of 2. So if I wanted to count my socks, I could count by twos. 2, 4, 6. So I have 6 pairs of socks total. I have 6 socks total and 3 pairs of socks. I got tongue-tied there for a minute. Teachers get tongue-tied too. So that is just one example of something that you could skip count in your house, but I want to see what you guys come up with. So be creative. Look all over your house, in your room, in your kitchen, in your living room. Look outside, go around your neighborhood if it's okay with your parents, and see what you can find multiples of, and you could skip count. It doesn't have to be by twos. It could be by fives or tens or really anything. But be creative and send me a picture or show me a video of what you find.